Hello, I'm Rohini and you're watching Newsscope.
Good evening, I'm Rajkumar. Let's have a look at the headlines before we get into the details.
Cameron faces questions in British Parliament amidst police lapses. Firing at farmers in Pune causes stir, Maharashtra government sends a report.
Arakshan banned in UP, AP and Punjab, Prakash Jha negotiates with the governments. AVP and Roshaya to pay CBI heat, MR scams create political buzz.
England stamps authority on day 2 of test. India's win in the test series looks grim. Saina enters quarterfinals in World Championship. Opponent retires injured. Markets continue to swing between the extremes even on the 4th day of the week.
And now for the news in detail. The big story of the day is still the London riots. UK Prime Minister David Cameron faced an emergency session of the House of Commons in London yesterday. Mr. Cameron took questions from lawmakers for 2.5 hours on the Common floor. He admitted that the police got their tactics wrong in handling the London riots. He said that lawless minority was behind the violence and warned the rioters that they would be tracked down and punished.
We have riots trained on coming under the state.
People should be in no doubt that we will do everything necessary to restore order to Britain's streets and to make them safe for the law-abiding. This is criminality, pure and simple, and it has to be confronted and defeated. I feel huge sympathy for the families who've suffered, innocent people who've been burned out of their houses, and to businesses who've seen their premises smashed, their products looted, and their livelihoods potentially ruined.
They have riots.
Back home in India, the Maharashtra government is also facing heat. The death of 3 farmers in police firing that occurred recently in Pune is now snowballing into a major headache for the government. The issue rocked both the Parliament and the Maharashtra State Assembly yesterday. After the shocking video footage of alleged police firing was out in public, the opposition has now alleged that a minister in the state government ordered the police to open fire at the farmers. The government submitted a report to the Home Ministry explaining the causes and circumstances of the incident and also informed the centre that a judicial probe has been ordered into the incident.
Despite the Bombay High Court paving way for Prakash Jha's Arakshan release, the movie received a cold response from states, with Punjab and AP joining UP in banning the movie before its release. Prakash Jha has agreed to make appropriate changes after facing several protests. He is also in talks with the governments of these states to revoke the ban. The movie releases today in other parts of the country amidst all these controversies. We will have more on the film towards the end of this bulletin.
Coming up next is the news from the state, sports and business. But before that, let's take a short break. You're watching Newsscope. Stay with us to watch more.
भाई साहब आप बैठ जाओ इधर नहीं आप प्लीज आप बैठ जाओ इधर
Studies show that a person loses 7 minutes of his life every time he smokes a cigarette. Be nice to smokers. They don't have much time left.
Welcome back. The big story that's unfolding in the state is the MR scam. Kadapa MP Jagan Mohan Reddy might find a few companions in his hardships. Dr. KVP Ramchandra Rao and the former Chief Minister Mr. M.K. Roshaya might also face a CBI inquiry in the MR scam. A CBI report revealed that some known and unknown public servants abused official position and caused losses to the APIIC. During Mr. Rosaya's regime, APIIC's equity was reduced from 49% to 26%. CBI has enough reason to question Dr. KVP Rao as well. Both his wife and his brother-in-law had bought plots in Hyderabad for an undervalued price from Emaar.
Not good news to cricket lovers. England took a big step towards their stated goal of being #1 in the Test cricket. On the second day of the third Test in the Birmingham yesterday, the hosts got themselves into a formidable position. Alistair Cook, Andrew Strauss and Kevin Peterson were among the leading English batsmen. England finished the day at 456 for 3, establishing a lead of 232 runs. Saving the Test from here seems not just difficult, but impossible.
Better ball from Srisanth. The end result was the same as a thick edge from Strauss fell short of the slips, and better balls. The 25th Test half-century.
Coming to the other big news in sports, City girl Saina Nehwal stormed into the women's single quarterfinals of the World Badminton Championships in the event that's happening at Wembley Arena in London. Saina won the first game 21-3 and was leading 13-5 in the second before her opponent from Hancock pulled out due to an injury.
And now for the news in business. Wall Street continued to swing between extremes even on the fourth day of the week. It recorded an unusual rise of 4%, one of the biggest gains since the Great Depression. This variance also has an impact on the Indian stock markets. The BSE Sensex jumped nearly 150 points at the opening bell but fell by 71 points when the markets closed at 17,059. NSE Nifty also fell by 22.70 points and closed at 5,138. Let's hope the markets stabilize soon. We now have Shalini, who will give us the weather report of the day. Over to Shalini.
Rohini, the whole country seems to be unusually warm. Let's have a look at the temperatures in various parts of our country. Down south, Thiruvananthapuram is at a cloudy 27 degrees. Chennai is relatively warm today with temperature touching 34 degrees. Bangalore and Hyderabad are both cloudy with temperatures of 28 and 31 degrees respectively. Central India is warm with clear skies. Nagpur is at 33 degrees. Coming to the west, Ahmedabad is experiencing rain with a temperature of 27 degrees. Up north, the capital city is at 30 degrees and is slightly cloudy. Jammu is unusually warm but cloudy at 33 degrees. Lucknow, on the other hand, is at 27 degrees and might experience mild showers. Coming to the east, Guwahati is experiencing mild showers with a temperature of 33 degrees. And finally, Kolkata is also warm with temperature of 29 degrees. So let's hope the country soon cools down. Over to the studio. Thank you, Rohini and Rajkumar.
Thank you, Shalini. Let's look at the headlines again. Cameron faces questions in the British Parliament, admits to police lapses. Firing at farmers in Pune causes stir, Maharashtra government sends a report.
Arakshan banned in UP, AP and Punjab, Prakash Jha negotiates with the governments. KVP and Roshaiya to face CBI heat, Emaar's camp created political buzz.
England stamps authority on day 2 of Test, India's win in the Test series looks grim. Saina enters quarterfinals in World Championship, opponent retires injured. Markets continue to swing between the extremes even on the fourth day of the week.
That's all we have from Newsscope, and we'll leave you with a few glimpses from Arakshan. Thank you and have a good evening.
Goodbye.